I want to talk to you guys about returning to a place you used to live with a partner or in an old relationship. You know that feeling when you go back somewhere and you have all these reminders of a past life and you have all these emotional ties. Sometimes they're challenging, sometimes they're painful, and sometimes you go back to a place and you're struck with the stark contrast between how it currently feels and how it used to feel. You know, a place might have felt like home at one point and now it doesn't, and you feel like you've lost that connection and you don't belong there anymore. Or a place might have been something that you enjoyed deeply, but upon revisiting it, you can't enjoy it in the present because you're fixated on the past and how it used to be and who you used to be when you were there. I found this currently because I'm revisiting a place where I used to live, and at the time I lived here I was in a relationship with someone who I'm no longer with. And so I'm coming back with new eyes, having changed, but also being able to see my past self. And this has been quite challenging, but it's also been very reflective and introspective and helpful, something that I needed to do. So yesterday I was doing this and I felt like I was in a bit of a funk. I felt like surprised and overwhelmed by the heaviness and the flatness that I felt. Very ruminating, if that's a word, whatever. I was ruminating on the past, but I felt I didn't belong. And so after a little while acknowledging that I felt the way I did and realizing that it might not shift in a hurry, I decided to go to a nearby bushwalk area that I used to walk in by myself. And I took some mushrooms, some magic mushrooms. And I went for a walk, barefoot, didn't take my phone, into the bush, and decided, I guess, to reconnect with my relationship to the place, outside of the context of my romantic relationship with a person. So gradually what happened was I was able to shed the framework or the projection of my memory on the place, and I was able to focus instead on that which was uniquely mine to share with this part of the world. And I realized that there was so much more to this place and to me than the relationship that I had in it, although that was a huge part. And gradually, through my walking and through my realizing and seeing how many projections I brought with me, how many thoughts I was imprinting on everything I saw, past prisons, I was able to let them go and start to experience the place for what it was, and thereby develop a new relationship with the ground beneath my feet, the sights that I was seeing, and myself within this context. So it was really beautiful. I felt like the land reminded me that I also have a close relationship with it, that I spent so many hours out by myself or with my dog walking, taking it in, breathing, paying attention, and that is uniquely mine and always will be. And so now when I come back to this place where I am, it feels like I've shedded that old chapter, I've acknowledged it, I love it, but it's contextualized, and I have this new but also constant relationship with the place that is my own. And I think this is a big part of healing, when you're able to revisit a scenario or a context which is uncomfortable, and you're able to reframe and rediscover it with fresh eyes, acknowledge the past, but also create something new. And I'm so grateful for the experience, and I'm so grateful to be back here and to have grown through this process. And I look forward to finding more points of reference in the future when I come back again to go through a similar process and to see how things have changed, how they haven't, and what else I can create that's new. So I hope there's something from this story that you guys have found value in, and I hope that if you're going through something similar, revisiting the past, so to speak, that you can go through the storm, lay what needs to be laid to rest, and rediscover or remember a part of yourself which has always been complete and beautiful through it. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Happy holidays if you're taking a holiday. If you're not taking a holiday or celebrating, then enjoy whatever the fuck you're doing.